In this video, I'm going to talk to you about section 2 of chapter 9. Section 2 of chapter 9 is about solving equations. We already saw in section 1 that we are now using the balance method. First, I'm going to tell you some rules you need to follow when you want to solve an equation by using the balance method. So let us look at those rules, and then I'm going to show you a few examples. First, if the equation has brackets, always first remove brackets. The second rule, shorten the equation if possible. And then, when you've done those two steps, if necessary, next step is solve the equation by using the balance method. Really important is the next one. Always do the same left and right from the equal sign. And the last step when you solve an equation is always show who are you calculating. And by that I mean the name of the variable. Show me how you are calculating. That is your calculation. And finally, the solution. I'm going to show you 3 examples, and I'm going to use all these rules. Example 1. We are going to look at this equation, and one of the first rules I just talked to you about was about removing brackets. Well, there are no brackets, so we don't have to do that. Always check if you can shorten this equation, but that's not possible. So this means we can start by solving the equation, and we use the balance method. I have already told you that it's really important that you really look at what you want to happen. And now we also see we have a minus. So suppose I want to remove minus 2a. I really want him to go away. What you need to think is, what can I do? So this is gone. What do I need to do? Well, in fact, I do the opposite. To remove minus 2a, I have to do the opposite. And that is plus 2a. So I've already decided who has to move, who has to go away. That's minus 2a. I saw, well, I can do that by adding 2a. And the next step is you're going to look at what happens when I do this. And remember, we do it on both sides of the equal sign. So what happens on the left side when I do plus 2a? Well, this 24 just stays 24. I have already plus 3a, and then I have to do plus 2a. So this will become plus 5a. On the right side, I still have 9 left, and then minus 2a plus 2a, that is what removes this minus 2a, so there are no variables of a left on the right side. And that's really nice, because now we only have the variable a on the left side. So what you want to do is you want the variables on one side of the equal sign, and all the loose numbers, like this 24, it has to go away. So we have only loose numbers on the right side. So always decide who needs to go. He needs to go. What do I need to do to get rid of him? Well, just do the opposite. So I will do minus 24. So we're going to do that. On the left side, when I do minus 24, he is gone, and the only thing left are these 5a. I'm going to do the same on the right side. 9 minus 24, and be aware we will get some negative numbers by now. 9 minus 24 is minus 15. So, and now we are ready for the last step. I'm going to show you who am I calculating, and that's variable a. How do we calculate variable a? Well, that will be minus 15 divided by 5. because this says 5 times a. And I'm doing the opposite. So what I'm going to do by now is I'm going to divide by 5. And when I do this, I have variable a, and I will get minus 15 divided by 5, and the solution is minus 3. We're going to look at the second example. Okay, there are no brackets, and we are not able to shorten this equation. So what I'm going to do is think about who needs to go away. And I really would like to get rid of minus 3b. Minus 3b, that has to go. What do I need to do to get this removed? Minus 3b. I do the opposite. And the opposite of minus 3b is plus 3b. So who needs to go? Minus 3b. What do I need to do? Plus 3b. And then, only then, you're going to do this. So what's left on the left side when I do plus 3b? I have 20 left and no b, because minus 3b plus 3b, there are no b's left on the left side. So I only have 20. What I do on the left side needs to be done on the right side. So over here I can see what I need to do. On the right side I have 2b plus 3b is 5b. And do not forget to copy this minus 10. He's still there. So now all my variables are on the right side. So this means the minus 10 needs to go. He needs to go. And then you think about, what do I need to do? Well, you do the opposite. Minus 10, the opposite is plus 10. And then I'm going to do this on both sides of the equal sign. So, on the right side, minus 10 plus 10, there are no loose numbers left, just only the 5b. On the left side, I have 20 plus 10, that's 30. So now I have the variables on one side of the equal sign and the loose numbers on the other side. Well, sometimes people do not like it when the variables are on the right side. So you are allowed, and it's not necessary, but you are allowed to turn them around. Some people think this is more easy. Last step, show who you are calculating, and that's b. How do you calculate? Well, this says 5 times b. I need to do the opposite, and 5 times, the opposite is dividing by 5. So that's what I'm going to do, and I will get 30 divided by 5. And my solution, always in the end, that's 6. So let us look at the last example. And in the last example, there are brackets. So it's really important that you know how to remove brackets. So I'm going to show you step by step. First, we look at the left side. Well, this 12, we just need to copy it. Because when you look at the brackets, the multiplication symbol is over here. So I need to calculate 5 times x, and 5 times x is 5x. So I write down plus 5x. Next arch, 5 times 7. 5 times 7, that's 35, and because it's positive I use a plus. So brackets on the left side are removed. Let us look at the right side. We multiply over here. I'm going to draw my first arc. 8 times x. That's 8x. And then we're going to do 8 times minus 8. Be aware of this minus. So 8 times minus 8. That's minus 64. So brackets are removed. Next step is check if you can shorten your equation. On the right side, there's nothing to be shortened, because these are not like terms. But on the left side, you see 12x and you see 5x. with a plus. So this can be shortened. 12x plus 5x indeed is 17x. And this one just stays at the same place. So now we're done removing brackets. We've shortened the equation, and now we can start by using the balance method to solve this equation. Well, you can always choose how you start. And there's a little interruption over here. I'm just going to leave this for now, otherwise I have to start over again. So, I have to get rid of this now. Yes, okay. You can choose where to start. If you follow all the steps, you will find the same solution, but it is possible you start with a different number as I do. Well, I'll just decide I'm going to remove 8x, but I can also decide to remove minus 64. That's the decision you make. But I always start with the variables, and I want to get this 8x. He has to go. Then you think about what do you need to do to remove this 8x. And that's the opposite, so that's minus 8x. I'm going to do this on both sides of the equal sign. So on the right side I have left minus 64. We do exactly the same on the left side, 17x minus 8x. Well, and that is 9x. Do not forget the plus 35. Yes? Okay, all the variables are on the left side. So who needs to go? Plus 35 needs to go. What do I need to do? Minus 35. And then we're going to do that. When I do this, I only have 9x left. And now, look carefully. I have minus 64 minus 35. If you think that's difficult, just think about temperature. It's really cold outside, minus 64 degrees, and temperature's already even dropping by 35 degrees. So then it gets really cold, and it will be minus 99. Yes? Last step. Always show who are you calculating, and that's x. Then show me how you are calculating. And what do I need to do? It says 9 times x. I do the opposite. That's dividing by 9. So that's the way I can calculate the value of x. So I have minus 99 divided by 9. Solution is minus 11. Minus 11. Okay, this was everything I can show you for section 2. Good luck by doing your homework exercises. And until the next video. Bye bye.